there. You're welcome once again to Sports Orbit. It's our Friday edition of the program. My name is Afacho. Senefu Usman is right here in the studio with Senefu.
Thank you, Abba.
Sports Orbit. We'll begin straight from the CAF Confederations Cup. As some of us are aware, Rivers United will be traveling to Tanzania for the return leg of the quarterfinal, that is, of the CAF Confederations Cup between the young Africans. We call that in the first leg, Rivers United lost 2-0 right here in Nigeria at the Godswill Aquabio Stadium. And for Rivers United to have any hope of making it to the semi-final, they have to beat young Africans at least by 3-0. Selfie, an uphill task, if you ask me. I don't know what your thoughts are if you think young Rivers United have what it takes to turn this fixture.
Yeah, ordinarily, in the eyes of ordinary Nigerians, ordinary people, layman on the street who are not too concerned about the working of football, we don't let them give them this word that the game is over for River United. Even some fans of River United will definitely say that the battle is over. Because if somebody comes all the way from his house and come to your house and give you 2 dirty slap, and you cannot even reply one. So how will you say that if I go to his house, I want to slap him back? But in the football, is never one. As normally say 1 plus 1 is always equal to 2. So if the young Africans can come to Nigeria and score 2 goals, so nothing preventing River United not to go to Tanzania and score 2 goals, or probably score 3 goals. So it is still very, very possible. And even the young Tanzanians are also aware that it is not yet over for them. So they still have a 90 minutes to play for. But definitely the pressure is on the River United. And how you manage the pressure to sort of stand it out. Whether the River United have that caliber, the character to handle short pressures. And remember that most of those Africans are used to all form of tricks. The East Africans are almost like the North Africans. So they treat you trying to frustrate you.
Yeah.
And even from the reception, from the airport down to your hotel and then to the one, all form of manhandle to ensure that they frustrate you and not to concentrate on the game. So I think yes, it's good that they have arrived for ahead, ahead of the competition, ahead of the match. But we hope that Sally Eagleman and his board will be able to manage whatever they were subjected to and to handle the situation and to do that. I think that it is not over until the final whistle of the 90 minutes of the counter. But after, if there's one thing that is obviously happened within River United, me, over the years, I don't really know, but I'm coming to this thing, you think come over and say, what is not happening that River United have to play away from title?
Yeah.
Does it mean that their stadium did not meet the CAF standard?
I think CAF had expected that
stadium and did not meet the CAF standard.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't surprise you that the Mr. Project, Wiki governors who have done everything, commissioned all sorts of projects on daily basis and here and there, could don't even see this one as a low mark on his achievement. That a Portugal, a River State can't play at home and play at home. Despite very proud of himself as a Mr. Project, and people have given him a lot of kudos for having in terms of transformation he has done in the River. But and also is one of the he has also in terms of supporting football, supporting sport, he is supporting the team very well, rewarding the hands. But the primary assignment, the first assignment to ensure that the team has a befitting stadium to play on. He never take care of it. And if you also recall that River, well, it's also another minus. I'm not trying to take a record of his achievement, but however, in terms of forget he has not worked. But another thing that since he came on board 8 years ago, he signed an agreement Real Madrid Academy up to today. I have to see the chemicals and he's going out next month.
All right. I'm sure we'll see what happens with the Real Madrid Academy. But like for the stadium, you raised a very valid point. I'm surprised that in spite of all the wonderful developmental projects he has done in River State, the stadium, maybe he didn't see it as a priority, and that didn't even come to our attention.
He didn't see it as a priority.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine that a governor like Wiki, who have touched everywhere in terms of development, and we are on daily basis, we see him on the street, commission several projects, and has to ignore the issue that connected the youth, the core people of the state.
Right. We'll take a look at some. Of course, that match comes up on Sunday, 4 p.m. Nigerian time. I hope it will be on TV stations because I know some Super Sport usually shows. So we'll see if that is possible. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Now we'll go to the MPFL. Of course, the MPFL hotting up gradually. Gradually, we're getting to the end of the second stanza, and soon the top six teams who will go for the Super Six will be made known. So for tomorrow, it will be Abia Warriors against Takada FC, while Bayelsa United host Sunshine Stars. Eyimba will travel all the way to Borno to confront El Kanemi Warriors as Enugu Rangers welcome wicked tourists in Enugu out there. For Plateau United, it will be an away trip to Kwara United, while Lobby Stars in North Central Derby. Two North Central Derbies actually welcome Niger Tornadoes. National United will be at home to Shooting Stars, while Doma United, because that match has been postponed, we're supposed to travel to face Rivers United, but Rivers United will be in continental action, so that match has been postponed. So looking at these fixtures quickly, of course, in time past, the El Kanemi Warriors and Eyimba would have been a star match, but El Kanemi are not what they used to be some years ago.
The Warriors are no longer Warriors.
Yeah.
The Warriors are no longer no plans to do relegation and then
Exactly.
pass back to the elite league. Well, I think there's some in my own mind where people would like it to be is the North Central Zone where Lobby Stars will
Niger
take
Tornadoes,
on Niger Tornadoes have been well. Lobby Stars.
Same for Lobby Stars also.
Same
I
for
think
topping
topping
the group, but
is
Lobby Stars lost their last
group,
match.
yeah.
Definitely going to be a next time match. Dolphin, Yofas and his guys are desperate for something this season.
Yeah.
And I sincerely give them kudos for what they have achieved so far. This is the same team that was struggling last season to avoid relegation. So at the end of the day, they find a messiah in Dominic Yofa who they feel know the nitty-gritty of how to play the Nigerian league, and they brought him, and it's a the situation ensure that they still survive. And now, the fans of Lobby United are not thinking about how to survive, but they're not thinking of how to win the medal in the Premier League. So, the clash between them and Niger today is going to be a titanic one for the two sides, and obviously, if anybody should put his money, they will definitely have to settle for Lobby United, but not ruling out Niger Tornadoes, but they can bring a surprise.
Yeah. Right down to the Under-20 World Cup, of course, gradually approaching in May 20th, it will begin actually, and ahead of that, one of Nigeria's group opponents, that is Italy, we call that Italy, also in the group, same group with Nigeria alongside Brazil. And the Italian Under-20 coach, Camille Nunziata, has said that Nigeria is not happy to play them at the FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Argentina. He said we couldn't have had a worse group, but in the same way, I don't think our opponents can be happy to meet us. In recent editions, we've been used to facing unfavorable draws, but we've always managed to get away with it. And in this case, too, we will play it. It will be tough, but we'll play it, he said. Of course, like I said earlier, Italy will face Nigeria's Flying Eagles on the 24th of May. That will be their second match, playing Brazil 3 days earlier. I mean, you couldn't have said it, but I'm sure in this group, all of the teams are scared of each other. Not just because, when you look at Nigeria's pedigree when it comes to age grade competitions, the Italians know that, look, they have their hands full against the, Nigerians there. Of course, the record holders, Brazilians, also in the group. So clearly, like they said, group of death, very tough group. But I'm surprised, and we've said it here over again, nobody seems to be talking about the Dominicans, but those could just be the shockers of the group. If
Yeah,
not
nobody
taking.
talk about others except this one.
Exactly, yeah, the worry of them.
Flying is worry of them. And like the Italian coaches, ordinary people now say that it's like I say it's sounding boasting, but it's not boasting.
Yeah.
It's sounding as somebody who is caring.
Exactly.
Because he said that Nigerians will not be happy to play them. But he clearly showed that he's also afraid of Nigerian team. And just like you see, it's a very tricky group. That none of the three sides, not disrespecting the Dominican, as we tried to say, are not sure of their progression to the next round. But nobody can beat it. He said, well, we'll easily pass to the next group. In as except we Nigerians that are directing Nigerians, the Brazilians are not looking at Nigeria as a minor in this group. Neither the Egyptians are looking at Nigeria as a minor group in this group. But the only worry we are having is that we're having that Ladan Bosun and his team, competition is less than a month now. That Ladan Bosun is still shopping around to get a player.
Looking for players.
It's quite annoying.
Exactly.
What we have expected by now, not even now, at least in the last
preparing to beat camp.
What we have expected by now, about 3 weeks back, is how to perfect strategy.
Exactly.
Looking at your plan, your game plan, and how to work, not to shuffle for players who are likely going to use or not likely going to use. But notwithstanding, however, we obviously have a team, we obviously have the Nigerians have a new and effective. Maybe our previous achievement at this level will stand out for us, and just like the Italy's are already judging about Nigerians, maybe that would be sad on our side. But technically wise, let not be far from not just run away from saying the truth. Technical wise, the Brazilians and the Italians are obviously up there compared to us in terms of technical game, but we have the players, individual skill. But one thing that always stands out from Nigeria is what we call the Nigerian spirit. When the Nigerian spirit wake up on a certain occasion, we still the show, and that is what we are looking for. Because the energies and the stamina of the Nigerian, the Italians are also very rugged, but the stamina of the Nigerian, the black rugged African style of football, will definitely stand us out, and hope that we'll be able to match this. And it is even good that they are also talking about us, and they also
Right to some other news now. Of course, the Women's Champions League is on, and for Asisat Oshoala and Barcelona side, once again, they made it to their third straight final after playing out a 1-1 draw against Chelsea out there at the Camp Nou yesterday night. Recall that the first leg ended 1-0 in favor of Barcelona, but yesterday's match was 1-1, but Barcelona went through having a superior goal difference. So for Oshoala and Barcelona, once again in the final, third consecutive UEFA Women's Champions League final.
Yeah, congratulations to Barcelona. It seems that they are taking over from the men.
Yes.
When the men Barcelona men are in trouble to make an impact in Europe, even in the second division of Europe, they are already crashing out. But the ladies are showing well. If America cannot hold their own, we should be able to hold our own. And the Europe competition and good at test in the final. Thanks to our own and Jesus as well. There's an opportunity for him again to win one of the
Definitely. Yeah.
Congratulations to the Barcelona ladies.
I mean, like you rightly said, ahead of this encounter, even the first leg, same for the Chelsea fans. A lot of Chelsea fans had hoped that at least it's still Chelsea, their ladies might just give them something to smile about, but it wasn't to be, as they too have also been knocked out of the competition.
And here's again, their lady now suffer the same fate.
Yes.
But however, their lady gone far.
Yes.
Compared to
did what the men couldn't do. All right, we'll go on a quick break and then we'll come back. Sport Update continues. Don't go nowhere.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Welcome back from that break. Down to some UFC news, where Senegal is in the running to host the UFC's first ever event in Africa, as organizers describe it as a seminal event in history. Africa is the only continent yet to host a UFC event, but it's been reported that the aim is to rectify that at some point next year with the Dakar Arena the next likely destination. The UFC event in Africa has been on our radar for many years, according to Lawrence Ashton, the UFC's chief operating officer. He said the first thing we look for is an arena that suits our size requirements. We like those arenas that are within 12 to 20,000 range of seats. When I saw this story, I was a bit disappointed because when you look at the UFC, you see that we have two Nigerians who are doing well, Kamaru Usman, Israel Adesanya, and one would hope that a UFC event in Africa naturally should have been staged in Nigeria, but here maybe is it due to lack of facility? But at least these Nigerians would have had the opportunity of fighting in front of their own fans.
That's what be great.
Exactly, but maybe lack of runner. Now, and the other time I had mentioned about this that look, a lot of Nigerians are beginning to get into this game, and it wasn't too long where the federation for so well maybe we hope that with having a federation maybe coming up now, yeah, exactly, exactly having a proper arena.
Probably that there's no people that are taking
exactly.
But now we have responsible for such sport. Yeah. Senegal, well, if you have to start from somewhere, and it is good that Senegal are trying to take the first shot to hold the UFC in Africa, and then probably from there, other Africa will follow the shoot.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, I think so too.
And then you follow, maybe just like you say, I don't know whether you are aware that yesterday I also saw that even for the first time, the Kenyans and the Ugandans and the Kenyans
exactly
are putting the both beef together.
Yes,
to
exactly.
stage Africa Cup of Nations for the first time in the East Africa. I couldn't. I thought but now we have had this is they were talking about the 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations. And all this while. East African has ever hosted the competition. I think the CAF either they meet the requirement or they don't meet the requirement. But the CAF ensure that they should assist them, ensure they meet the requirement, to give them the benefit of spreading the competition around, and at least let three of them join together.
Go around,
join together to stay that competition for the first time in the East. That's a good development.
Good development indeed. So some other stories now, of course. Chelsea's caretaker manager Lampard says he's not worried about damaging his reputation as a coach. Recall that Lampard has been sacked twice as a coach, first by Chelsea and later by Everton. So far, Chelsea has lost all 5 games since he returned as interim manager. And he said on his personal brand, I don't know, I'm not concerned about what people outside think because I don't think they ever understand the conditions of what you are working with. There's an understanding of where we are as a club, 2 of those games against Madrid. And clearly, when I came in, I'm here for a reason. The results weren't what they want. And of course, a lot of people had spoken, about Lampard. Some had even said, "Look, there was no point taking over a job with how many games left. You've been signed before by this club with how many games left, and they called you, come and take the job. And is it that he just wanted to, or he felt he had something to prove? Because after being signed by Everton." You see some managers after this kind of period, they say, "Look, let me take some time out and rest and re-strategize before coming back into the game." But you've been sacked by Everton not long, and you're back to management. And this period is even being worse. I mean, now you're even holding the record, an unfavorable record as a Chelsea manager who has gone 5 games without winning one since taking charge, which, in my opinion, is not a good reputation at all.
Not only in your opinion,
exactly.
Including Lampard's opinion.
Yeah, but him saying he wants to help his reputation, I don't think he's being correct.
He's not being fair to himself, but if I may say something that Lampard take that job simply because he wanted to redeem his image immediately. He did that having been signed for the club before, and then start by inviting. And since there is a areas of stars at the same, let me just go and progress some things to work in my field. And be able to do myself. And listening to him is clearly, I think Lampard should begin to do. Coaching job is not for everybody.
That's all.
That you are a football star does not make you. There are several football stars who never even mind to go into the coaching. So everybody have their call. If you are not called, you shouldn't leave that. And from his proof so far, it clearly show that he's not even, you don't have what to take to be a coach. At Chelsea before, the result was not favorable because he got sacked. He went to Everton. The same thing, the result was not favorable. He got sacked. And then now the matter has even become worse.
Worse,
So he's
yeah.
talking about the first room. Okay, yeah, one can expect him about the first match against the two match against
Madrid,
Madrid.
yeah.
That
It
he
was
said that
expected.
in the state that Madrid is at high level.
Exactly.
But what are you talking about the match against
Exactly.
Brentford?
Losing both home and away.
Brentford,
Scandalously.
for the other time.
Exactly.
So what are you talking about that one? So obviously Lampard, I think, if I thought he must, if at the end of the season, if Chelsea still want to extract picture to the end of the season, and he stay on to the end of the season, either he win any match or he lose all the remaining match, and either he lock sign on the side and he win all the remaining match, I think Lampard should be his time off.
Exactly.
Probably he should not be in a hurry. If he must be a coach, he should give him 5 years to go
For me,
for study
exactly. For me, I even felt, the move to
his
Chelsea.
reputation has totally
Yes.
destroyed. Not even that he has been destroyed.
I felt even the first of all, even his first coming at Chelsea, then later Everton, fine. You coached in the Championship with Derby County, did quite well. You see, that's why you see some coaches, they start from that level and try to grow up the ranks. So for me, I think it was too much of a big step for him.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have used those kind of teams around the Championship. I remember when Rooney was approached for the Everton job, but he turned it down.
Yeah.
He preferred to be in the Championship or go to America in a league where just try to develop yourself.
There's no more pressure.
Exactly, no more pressure, but jumping straight to the Premier League like that, I don't think went well. The likes of Paul Scholes had tried his hands at coaching, but it didn't work out.
Yeah.
And since then, I've heard spoken about coaching. He came back to doing his punditry.
This man, this one from Ireland, from Wales,
Rangig, yeah.
also tried his hand.
Exactly.
At the time we thought he's going to be the substantive coach of the Manchester United. But having not given that guy, they bring Mr. Only, and he discovered that he has not quite.
Exactly.
Either he's doing studying now, we don't know what he's doing now.
Exactly.
But we hope that anytime he bounce back, he bounce back. Several players, several like that. Even Gerrard, after some successful major result, you can say with the Rangers, doing fantastic with the Rangers. And
at least if we even tried, but it was even a lower league. You start from somewhere,
that's what I'm saying.
and even won the league with Rangers.
And then when he come back to Premier League, that's something like I can do something. But since he was got champion, he has also gone fight, trying to study what went about. Rooney, Lampard is still in haste to prove something. And when they haste to prove something, you keep on getting it wrong. And at the same time, even the Chelsea manager or the Chelsea owner who also contacted to bring him back, he clearly showed that they don't have
at all, completely. I agree. Anyway, we'll look at go straight to the EPL. Of course, some matches went down in the EPL yesterday. Of course, the match everybody was talking about, it was United against Tottenham. United had blew a 2-0 lead against Tottenham in that one. It was 2-0, but Tottenham struggled and came back from that one and ended that one at 2-2. Of course, the highest score line came from Newcastle against Everton. I mean, Newcastle, amazing team. I really don't understand the kind of football Newcastle are playing. 4-1, recall that only last weekend beat Tottenham 6-1 and coming to beat Everton also 4-1 at home, not even helping their relegation struggles at all. Therefore, Bournemouth 1-0 against Southampton. For Southampton, I can say that this season it looks like they are going.
They're already down.
And the painful thing is we have some Nigerians there. Exactly, who will be going down.
Well, for Newcastle, I think if you are talking about Newcastle, I think you have to talk it to the wild boys. Because if you are talking about the form the Newcastle some Arsenal fans will also be cheating because Arsenal still have a match
exactly.
Away for that matter. And from the way he's going, Newcastle may be another spoiler for Arsenal. And if Arsenal feel that they are not even here, they have not been spoiled, they have not spoiled for them yet. So Newcastle, fantastic team. I quite appreciate the way they are doing so. It looks like if there's not to give them, they may take that thought in the Premier League.
Exactly.
If Arsenal is very careful, they can even go to second position.
Very correct.
And then with Man U dropping to 2 points yesterday, it's not a good moment for Man U at all.
But the only advantage they have is the gap difference between United and fifth position is quite wide. And United have a game in hand.
What we're talking about, in terms of Champions League qualification, those children are already there. About position.
Exactly. You're correct. Of course, tomorrow also some matches will also go down in the EPL. And quickly, let's take a look at those fixtures coming up tomorrow in the EPL. Of course, it will be a London derby as Crystal Palace host West Ham United. Brentford will be up against Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, I think they won their game during the week. Looks like they are a bit out of. I think it was a draw, but I think they are gradually. Looks like Nottingham Forest might just be lucky to survive. Yes, of course, looking like then Brighton and Hove will be up against Wolverhampton Wanderers.
And Brighton has been another surprise team.
Another surprise team, yes, very difficult team to play.
Top 10.
Yeah.
So and it will be an interesting game to watch. Crystal Palace and West Ham.
Crystal Palace also, since Vieira left, looks like since the old man Roy Hodgson came, they've been winning their games.
Reinforcing the experience.
Exactly. Yes.
Old people.
Exactly.
It's really true that yes, he has what it takes.
What it takes. Exactly. Yeah.
Land.
Very correct. Of course, first match comes up 12:30, while the remaining matches will come up at 3 p.m. Nigerian time. Don't forget Sunday also. The AFCON under-17 begins. Golden Eaglets will be in action.
Take their shot and get the champion.
Yeah, exactly. So we wish them good luck here, and we'll be keeping an eye on that one to see the outcome of the game. So thank you for coming to the studio today.
Thank you.
All right, until we come your way, God willing, on Monday with another exciting edition. Do have a fantastic weekend. My name is Afa Acho, and it's bye for now.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.